So after the syllabus and the work overview is where you're going to find the information that you need for GDP, which again, like I said, is the website where you are going to complete your typing lessons. So it tells you right here, step one, read this first. These are the directions for registering for GDP. And you're going to follow those directions once you click on this link right here to go to the GDP site. Now, the GDP site is a link right here, or you can see that the site you need to go to is mildredelli.gdp11.com. And that site is important because if you don't go to GDP from this link and you try to just go to a random GDP page, it's not going to bring you to Mildred Ellie's GDP page. So you need to make sure that you're either accessing GDP through this link or that you're going to this specific website right here. Once you get into GDP to register, you're going to have to choose your section. And you'll find the name of your section right here. For example, in this class, you would be looking for 03 VN Fall 1 2020. But when you get into your class, you will see your class name right here. And that is what you will be looking for once you register for GDP. So I'm going to click on this link now and take you to the GDP website. So when you get to the GDP website, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to have to put in a registration code. And that code is going to come with your textbook. So the first time you come, you're going to click on this link here that says, I have a code. And then you will click yes, that you attend Mildred Ellie, and then you'll click next. And then it's going to ask if you already have a GDP username. If you've taken this class before, you will have a username. So you'll click yes and then continue the directions. But if this is your first time using GDP, you will click no, and then you will click on next. And then you're going to have to check this box to agree to the terms and agreements and click next. And then what you're going to have to do is look in this list here for the name of your class. Now remember, the name of the section you're looking for is on that first page of the course in Moodle with the rest of the GDP information. So you would choose the appropriate class. And remember, this is the one that we saw in the example we were looking at. So you would choose that, it turns yellow, and then you click next. So here you would then put in the registration code and then click next. I do not have a registration code with me right now, so I'm just going to show you through here what it'll look like next. So you'll put in your code and then a green check mark will show up showing you that you've done it correctly. After you click next, you're then going to create your account. So you're going to enter your first name, your last name, your Mildred Ellie email, and then when you get to this student ID box, that doesn't have to be specifically your Mildred Ellie student ID. It can just be any number that you want. It's not looking for anything specific. For your username, I suggest using the beginning of your Mildred Ellie email address, and then you're going to be creating your own password and clicking next. So once you have done all of that, you're going to get a page here at the end that confirms that you've registered. Make sure that you write down your username and your password for this account because that is what you will need to access GDP to complete your lessons when you come back. So I am going to